In this video I'm going to make the Dinky toy corgi steering wheels like the ones in the little cars here. I don't have the number right now, but I'll get it. And so I'm just finding some kind of an easy way for people at home that like having these toys and fixing them up to make their own parts. So I'm going to kind of work my way through this until I find an easy way of making these that's kind of close to the original. So here we go. So in this video what I'm trying to do is make a steering wheel for the little sports cars. Now I've tried one, but if you look, the diameter is a little thick. It's a little heavy. Now it doesn't turn on the pivot. It would turn inside the hole. They do both here. Sometimes they can do both. See, it's a bit large still. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to strip this copper wire here. Take a big chunk of it. There we go. Strip it back. Got a piece of copper here. And I'm going to wind it around something. We'll see what. Got to find something that's about 10 millimeter. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping this around this. Of course, copper is easier to bend. Hang on. Around this punch, because it's 8 millimeter plus 1 and 1 on each side makes it about roughly right 10. And as you can see, I'm hoping to make a stack of steering wheels, not just one, of course. You know me. Think big, they say. Right? There we go. And then I'm going to slice down here, make them all singles. And we'll see where we go from there. Got to try to make steering wheels out of these. I'm always looking for ways of making new parts. Tighten that up. Perfect. Now if it comes off, which it doesn't at the moment, it might be there because there's a little bit of a thing down the bottom there. It's holding it. I think I squeezed the bottom one too much. Yeah. Unwire and see when it starts coming up. There we go. Yeah. Don't want to waste that wire down there. There we go. Perfect. So let's take this off of here. And let's see what we're going to go. I think I'll just slice down this now. Here's all the rings that I cut off for steering wheels. I'm just doing this prototype and I'm looking really pretty good right now. It doesn't turn on this, but see, there's the nail for putting through, and it's going to look quite cool. Don't know whether I'll improve on the center or not. Kind of old-fashioned steering wheel. I'll do a couple of these. This is still my kind of test template. Got to clean it up a bit. Get back to you. So, this is number 1 that went a bit messy. And getting a little better. This is number 2. In a minute I'll try a whole pile of them. But I've got a little bit cleaner with the soldering in that. Needs cleaning on the other side still, but I'm going to do a whole pile first and see how it goes. Yeah, so I've made from my number 1 here, the first one I made out of the clothes hanger and a couple of clip pins for paper clips I should say. That was my first one here, right? We'll put that aside. And then I made these 4 with copper wire. If I just bring it up, sorry. Now, I mean, you put one of those in the car, it looked quite cute, see? Right? So I made 5 steering wheels. And it got quicker as I got the copper wire and started twisting around, and I got another Couple of rings ready to go here. There you go. For another couple if I want to make them, which I most likely will tomorrow. So I'll make, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 steering wheels. And keep them in stock. So you can put that in there. Lovely. They're a little quirky or a little bit off center, but that's what makes them nice. Yeah, so I've been working at this for a while. So what I do is I take a bit of wire here and I just wrap it around the nail like this once. Right? And I gotta find pliers and try to line it to the center of the nail just a little bit. Like this. Ooh, this wire's a little heavier than my last ones. So who knows, it'll work as well. So I put a little nick in it there. So that's one, right? And then I do another one the other way. And that's kind of the center of the steering column, right? There you go. And so I just snip this off with the scissors. And then you do another one like this. Tighten it as hard as you can. Center it a little. I don't know whether you can see, but when you cross them around like this, they're not centered, they're off center. They're kind of on the one side of the nail, and you want to bring it to the center of the nail again. It looks just a little bit better. Split this side because it's pulling down here. Keep them long for the soldering anyways, it's easier. I've been kind of battling with the soldering. Now, so I'm using flat nails. You can put a little solder dip on this and make it a rounded top, which would be kind of cool. I haven't done that yet. So here's my wires, and I lay them in here like this, see? There's your wires, and I have to clamp them to solder, and then you have to get a dead center, which is always the hard part. Just gotta clean my pliers a little dirty from all the testing, right? Press down on those wires as hard as you can. That's fairly squished in. Now you want to center everything, especially these wires, right? And press them down on the ring. You have to find center of that. And we're ready to solder like that, see? Make sure you add a little flux here where you need the wire to solder. Make sure you're in center again, because the second part of this moves. It's very finicky, but let's get her on there and see what we got. A little more solder. Taking a little while for it to get warm. Here we go. Let's have a look. Got to see if we're centered, It's a little off, see? I'm having that with these a bit. It's very hard to see what you're doing. So I have to jug it around a bit. Yeah, I just finished soldering it. I have a fan running here, which I'm going to switch off. There we go. That's to blow the smoke away from the gun. I actually got smart and put it in the shop. And there you have it. Now, all I got to really do is take a little bit of filing to this and clean it up. There you go. Oop, that way. Now usually what I do is just take a scissors here and I snip the ends off. There you go. Am I still in the picture there? Yeah. Oh, this one being a little stubborner. And there we have it, a little bit of filing, which I'll show you how I do now. And of course, if you take it out of this, you basically have the same thing. It's like a little spring with a center hole in it. So you can put your pins through there. And then voila. Now what I usually do is turn this upside down like this. I'm going to take my solder out of the way. And I get a little needle file and I just file these at a 45 like that. So they're not showing. There we go. Just a little 45 on each one and clean them up a bit. You can also take it like this at the very end after you've done all the 45s and, you know, make sure it's good. And there you have a little wheel, see? And I'm out of the picture again. There you have a steering wheel. You can use a little thinner wire sometimes, a little easier, but I've used thicker. As you can see here on this one, I use a little thinner. Let's get them all there. There. So this one is thinner. This is a little thicker. So basically that's how I'm making my steering wheels at the moment. And you know, they're pretty close to the car. I think mine are more classy myself. Ha! So if you want to go the extra mile, you take the nail, the extra mile I should say, and you put a little flux on the top of the nail here. I can't see my knife right now, but it'll turn up. There it is. I think I've already done it. We'll do it again. Just a little dab on there, right? And then you just touch the top of the nail so you get a little bit of a round head here. If there's enough flux on my iron right now, there it is. Got a lovely steering wheel top on it, like a pinhead. Zoom in so you can see that. And that is your final touch to your steering wheel, because now you have a little top piece. See, when you put it through, I know my fingers are very big, so I can't help it. But look at what you get here. Isn't that lovely? It's like, hey, I'll put it up so there you can see it. See, it's like an MG steering wheel. And when it's in the car, of course, it stays up like that, there like that. Isn't that lovely? There we go. Hope this helps you.